Unbeknownst to her, Chen Xiao did not possess such overwhelming charm inherently. However, his already commendable foundation shone even brighter under the influence of wealth. Chen Xiao exhaled deeply, reducing the treadmill's speed to a leisurely pace. Su Tang promptly handed him a towel while he wiped his brow. Later, please assist me in setting up 2 accounts. Of course, boss. The accounts Chen Xiao referred to were stock trading accounts. An individual could open a maximum of 3. The reason for not establishing a company to open accounts under its name was due to the high tax rate on profits generated from corporate accounts. After returning to the hotel to freshen up and don the new attire sent by Su Tang, Chen Xiao finally settled into the back seat of the 300. A mere 15 minutes later, he arrived at the office. Wang Peng and Xiao Su had already arrived, accompanied by 2 cleaning staff and a strikingly beautiful woman in her late 20s who exuded a certain maturity. Su Tang explained, "Oh, I took advantage of the weekend to scout 3 new employees. Since these positions are not of great importance, I made the decisions directly. Would you like to review their resumes?" Chen Xiao shook his head. "You've done splendidly. There's no need for me to look. Please continue this way." "Certainly." The catering specialist is a single mother. I found her to be gentle in demeanor and quite attractive, Su Tang remarked. Chen Xiao felt a twinge of awkwardness. Why had she emphasized her looks? Well, let us get to work. Understood. Chen Xiao had invested in Haishan Fisheries at a capital of 157, and the opening price today mirrored that. After some calculations, he determined that with a peak increase of 669, the stock price could rise to 1649. Our task today is to closely monitor the market. Once Haishan Fisheries stock approaches around 16 yuan, we must liquidate our holdings aggressively. We cannot allow the price to surpass 16. Wang Peng and Xiao Su exchanged glances, taken aback. The stock had been stagnant for a year. Could it really rise today? Despite their skepticism, they refrained from voicing their doubts. Understood, boss. Wang Peng and Xiao Su focused intently on the stock price, which resembled a still pond. Their minds clouded with uncertainty. Would it genuinely rise? An hour later, they rubbed their tired eyes, casting questioning looks at Chen Xiao. Ahem. Chen Xiao felt a bit uncomfortable. Do not fret. Remain steady, it will undoubtedly rise. Internally, he grumbled, "Where are the favorable news updates? Boss, colleagues, let us have some fruit." The elegant and gentle woman said as she entered with a platter of fruits, distributing them before each person. Chen Xiao was momentarily taken aback. Her voice matched her demeanor, soft and soothing. "Thank you, Sister One," Wang Peng and Xiao Su chimed in. "No need for thanks. Please continue your work." She nodded slightly at Chen Xiao before exiting the trading room. As they munched on the fruit, they awaited the market's fluctuations, with Xiao Su incessantly refreshing news regarding Shanghai Fisheries. However, throughout the morning, the stock only increased by a fraction of a percentage point, indicative of normal fluctuations. With trading volumes pitifully low, Chen Xiao, exasperated, suggested, "Let us take a break and enjoy our meal. After lunch, the price will surely rise." With that, he retreated to his office. Chen Xiao's desk and executive chair were the first office supplies purchased by Su Tang. Crafted from solid wood with intricate carvings and adorned with top-tier lacquer work, this exquisite set cost over 50,000 yuan, exuding an air of opulence. While he was pleased with the furnishings, his mood was less than stellar, though he was confident the stock would rise in the afternoon. The morning's performance felt like a mockery of his bravado. He reclined in the plush executive chair, resting his legs on the edge of the desk. A cigarette perched unlit between his lips. Su Tang knocked gently before entering, her gentle smile brightening as she observed Chen Xiao's posture. She produced a lighter, igniting the cigarette before him. Chen Xiao seized the opportunity to light it, inhaling deeply. Su Tang had already placed an ashtray beside him. As he approached from behind, his hands gently massaged Chen Xiao's head. Was the morning trading session not very fruitful? Chen Xiao replied, "It cannot be said to be unfruitful. It merely exceeded expectations. The fluctuations of the stock market are unpredictable, and to achieve this is quite impressive. Is everything set for lunch?" "Yes, Dong Shuwen has ordered food for everyone. But she mentioned that it would be wonderful if the company had a kitchen, as her culinary skills surpass those of any restaurant." "Oh," Chen Xiao expressed mild surprise. "Yet cooking is not permitted in the office building. For now, let us eat as we are and discuss it later. Please give me a portion as well." "Certainly." After a simple lunch, Chen Xiao sat in the office, gazing through the floor-to-ceiling windows at the vessels navigating the Chongting River, enjoying the air conditioning, basking in the sunlight, and admiring the splendid view. He adjusted his office chair to a reclining position and gradually fell asleep. It was not until 1 in the afternoon that Su Tang gently roused him. Boss, the afternoon trading session is about to commence. Chen Xiao stretched lazily. All right. By the way, your account has been set up. Chen Xiao was taken aback. So soon? Yes, I contacted a familiar acquaintance through a classmate, hence the expedited process. Very well. Let us proceed to the trading office. 3 accounts were established, one each for Wang Peng and Xiao Su, while the third was logged in by Su Tang. Placed before Chen Xiao, this arrangement would significantly enhance the efficiency of future trades. At 1:30 in the afternoon, despite Su Tang's confidence in Chen Xiao, she could not help but glance at him intermittently. Chen Xiao found himself speechless, wondering if this was the moment when the market would suddenly surge at the last minute. Wang Peng, Xiao Su, please place half of the positions on a sell order at 163. What? Boss, such a large sell order might frighten retail investors into selling. Chen Xiao chuckled coldly. Since when has the market been dictated by retail investors? It will not. So place the order. Understood. Just as he completed the operation, the stock of Haishan Fisheries soared dramatically. Wow, it's rising. Xiao Su exclaimed in astonishment. Wang Peng and Su Tang were equally surprised, their eyes riveted on the market. The ascent of Haishan Fisheries was remarkably swift, as market participants aggressively acquired this stock, instantly driving it up to 163, where Chen Zhao's substantial sell order halted its progress. He sighed in relief, thankful that he had placed the order in advance. Had it surged to a 669 increase, it would have posed a significant dilemma. Chen Xiao had no intention of altering the hidden information. He feared that it might incite a butterfly effect, leaving him to lament his choices later. Quick, sell everything. Yes. With Wang Peng executing the trades and Xiao Su assisting, large sell orders were unleashed in a frenzy. This strategy prevented excessive fluctuations in stock prices while also controlling the rapid ascent. Within minutes, amid the fervent buying from the opposition, Chen Xiao liquidated all his holdings. Wang Peng glanced at Chen Xiao and said, Boss, we are out of ammunition. Chen Xiao smiled. We achieved our goal. It is prudent to take our profits. It has hit the limit up, and it no longer concerns us. This time, the average selling price was 163.9, yielding a profit of 0.69 per share on a total of over 4 million shares, resulting in a net profit of 30.76 million. Including the funds already in the account and deducting the 700,000 spent on a vehicle, Chen Zhao's account balance exceeded 10 million. He plans to divide 10.57 million into 3 portions. Wang Peng and Xiao Su each control an account, reserving 4.5 million for each, setting aside 1 million as a contingency fund, while the remaining 570,000 will be withdrawn tomorrow as pocket money. Su Tang immediately set about executing the plan. Meanwhile, Chen Xiao hurriedly turned his attention to the concealed information of the day. On June 8th, Dongxing Decoration achieved a maximum increase of 1,000. On June 8th, Jinghua Film Industry also attained a maximum increase of 1,000. Chen Xiao was taken aback. Had the hidden messages transformed into 2? And both were limit up, astonished. He leapt up in excitement and dashed back to the office. Upon checking the current status of the 2 stocks, his elation intensified. Both had plummeted to their limit down. A fortune was at hand. Haha. Su Tang walked in with a worried expression. Boss, are you all right? Typically, earning 3 million shouldn't be such a shock to you. Chen Xiao collected himself. Cough. I'm fine. Let's have Wang Peng and Xiao Su each operate one of the stocks, Dongxing Decoration and Jinghua Film Industry. Utilize a 10-fold leverage and buy in fully. We have just 1 hour left to complete the position. Su Tang was momentarily taken aback. It was the first time the boss had simultaneously operated 2 stocks with such an aggressive strategy. Oh, understood. She promptly relayed the instructions. Wang Peng and Xiao Su immediately began researching the 2 stocks, exchanging glances filled with concern. These stocks had underperformed significantly, consistently declining over the past year. Furthermore, both had reached their limit down today, casting a pessimistic outlook for the future. With a 10-fold leverage on such stocks, if there's another limit down tomorrow, we'll be facing liquidation. Su, this is too perilous. Could you persuade the boss? Su Tang smiled reassuringly. I trust the boss's judgment. Let's proceed. The 2 exchanged resigned looks. Both stocks were enveloped in a bearish market, with numerous sell orders stacked at the limit down. Wang Peng and Xiao Su effortlessly expended the 45 million magnified by 10-fold leverage. After work, instead of leaving, they scoured for news related to their respective companies, feeling the weight of their high salaries and eager to contribute more to their boss. Chen Xiao had initially left the building, but realized he had forgotten his cigarettes. With no convenience store nearby, he decided to return to the office to retrieve them. Upon entering, he found the two still working diligently, gathering information on the stocks. They had transformed into analysts. He couldn't help but commend their dedication, though he feigned a stern expression as he remarked, "Why are you still here after hours?" Startled by the sudden voice, they relaxed upon recognizing their boss. "We want to search for information, nothing else," they quickly explained. Chen Xiao chuckled, aware that the financial market indeed frowns upon private speculation, yet it was an inevitable occurrence. Catching it once in a while was the best they could do. "I understand. Check the information tomorrow. This habit of working late is absolutely inadvisable. At this time, you should be enjoying games or socializing, not squandering precious moments in the office." The two were left speechless. Such words felt like something a close friend would say, yet they seemed utterly inconceivable coming from their boss. "All right, let's go. Shut down. And accompany me for some leisure." The two, left with no choice, shut down their computers and followed Chen Xiao downstairs. Upon arrival at a large arcade, Chen Xiao slapped the bar counter and ordered 5,000 coins. The bar attendant looked bewildered. Subsequently, the patrons of the arcade beheld a peculiar sight. 3 individuals frantically depositing coins while dragging bags behind them. Without concern for their skill level, they aggressively engaged in the games, treating the 1 yuan tokens as if they were mere. After a frenzy of activity, the 3 of them exuberantly declared their satisfaction. Chen Xiao handed a substantial portion of the coins to Wang Peng, instructing him to save them for later gaming. As he had plans to meet a girl and would take his leave, Wang Peng replied, "All right, boss. Take care." Chen Xiao waved and departed first. The two remained in place for a while, and Xiao Su remarked, "Pengge, have you ever encountered such a generous boss?" Wang Peng shook his head. "As long as the boss doesn't go bankrupt, we won't be treated poorly." Xiao Su nodded in agreement, and the duo proceeded to store the game tokens. Su Tang drove Chen Xiao back to campus in a brand new Mercedes, which attracted the attention of numerous students. In this era, while there were indeed students who drove to school, they were a rarity, typically with vehicles costing around 1 to 200,000 yuan. This was entirely different from the novels, where high-performance cars were commonplace. In his previous life, Chen Xiao had only seen a Ferrari once in 4 years at school, driven by someone from outside who was there to impress the ladies. If any student owned such a car, the news would have spread like wildfire throughout the campus. But alas, not a single one existed. Thus, the Mercedes was unequivocally regarded as a luxury vehicle in the eyes of these students. Observing the situation, Chen Xiao deemed it unsafe to disembark anywhere on campus. "Su Tang, please drop me off outside the west gate. There are too many people inside the school." "Certainly, boss." Upon reaching the west gate, Su Tang parked the car in a discreet location, allowing Chen Xiao to exit before he walked alone toward the campus. "Excuse me, are you a student at Jining University?" Suddenly, a strikingly beautiful woman approached, smiling as she inquired. Chen Xiao was taken aback. "Aren't you?" The woman shook her head. "I attend Jining Technology Institute across the street." Realization dawned on Chen Xiao. The so-called Jining Technology Institute was merely a vocational school separated by a street. "Is there something I can help you with?" The woman playfully tucked a strand of hair behind her ear and replied with a smile. "May I add you as a friend?" Chen Xiao paused, glancing at the waiting Mercedes, and suddenly understood. This girl likely witnessed Su Tang opening the car door for him. He smiled, appraising her exquisite figure and stunning beauty, and said, "Sure, let's connect." The woman was unreserved, allowing him to admire her and even accentuating her posture. "All right, I've added you. My name is Yu Mingqi. It's a pleasure to meet you. Would you like to have dinner together tonight?" Chen Xiao nodded, "Sure. Let's keep in touch." With that, he entered the campus. Upon returning to the dormitory, Lu Xan exclaimed, "Damn it, son. Where have you been? You didn't respond to my messages. I almost called the police." Chen Xiao remarked, "Father, you're like a solitary dog, while I have an abundance of girls outside. How could I possibly remain cooped up in the dormitory? Do you think you possess the wealth to afford such indulgences?" Xiao Ji interjected. "A Mercedes just arrived at the school. It's likely another suitor looking to charm the ladies." Lu Xen clicked his tongue in disdain. What good can these scoundrels do? Arriving in a Mercedes? Chen Xiao, frustrated and unable to retort after being scolded, reluctantly shared a round of cigarettes with the two. Lu Xian took a look, his face contorted in distaste. "What kind of rubbish is this? I'd rather smoke my own." He then handed over a Rome Wang cigarette, which cost over 20 yuan, a luxury among ordinary students. "Wow, Xian, have you struck it rich?" Chen Xiao inquired. Lu Xian wore an air of pretentiousness. "It's nothing much. Just made a couple of limit-up trades, over 1,000 yuan. Xiao Ji, grinning, accepted the cigarette. "What's a limit-up trade?" Lu Xin replied, it's just stock market jargon. You wouldn't understand. He chuckled, hey, Xin, with such a lucrative venture, why not bring your brothers along? Lu Xin asked, do you have a capital for it? Xiao Ji took a puff, I'm broke, but you could lend me some, and I'll pay you back once I earn. This nearly made Chen Xiao burst into laughter, and he couldn't help but give Xiao Ji a thumbs up. Impressive. Lu Xin cursed, get lost. Just stick to your games. Chen Xiao was somewhat astonished. Given Lu Xin's luck in hitting 2 limit-up trades, it was indeed remarkable. However, such volatility could be precarious for him. Shortly after, Lu Xin stepped out to make a phone call, then returned to beckon Chen Xiao, whispering to Xiao Ji, let us go, I'll treat you tonight. Chen Xiao perked up, where are we dining? At Shuelin Yuan, Lu Xin declared, I'll show you a trick. Shen Jiansheng and Ling Jia have moved out of their place. Chen Xiao raised an eyebrow, intrigued. Oh, we must go. In his previous life, it was around this time that the two had decided to move out, wanted to spend more time together, especially since Shen Jiansheng found the dorm conditions unsatisfactory. They rented a 1-bedroom apartment with a loft in Shuelin Yuan, both coming from well-off families that could easily afford it. In the past, Chen Xiao and Lu Xin frequently visited to play mahjong, sometimes staying overnight on the loft when they played late or during holidays, which was far superior to the dormitory conditions. Upon descending, Lu Xin managed to borrow a dilapidated motorcycle, and the two rode towards Shuelin Yuan. Revisiting the familiar place, Chen Xiao was flooded with nostalgia. This little abode had been the cradle of countless joys in his past life. Get Xiaozi out of here. I can't reach anyone to help with the move, and now I'm starving. Shen Jiansheng bellowed as he entered. Chen Xiao shot back, what do you expect? You didn't call me. I was busy charming the ladies. It was time to check messages. Come on, if you're so brave, after dinner, don't run off. Let us go upstairs for a round of mahjong. I'll make you cry from losing, Shen Jiansheng taunted. However, his notion of making Chen Xiao cry merely implied winning all the cigarettes from him. The group would typically purchase 2 packs of cigarettes in advance, breaking them apart to use as chips during their games. Neither did they concern themselves with the price difference of cigarettes, whether one was a few yuan more expensive or cheaper. No problem. I have ample cigarettes prepared, but could you perhaps replace those flimsy stools of yours? I fear I might fall. Chen Xiao blurted out. Shen Jiansheng paused, puzzled. What stools? Chen Xiao was taken aback as well. In his past life, he had sat on a plastic stool in the attic, which was too soft and had caused him a fall. He hadn't meant to say it aloud. Aw, never mind. I have a fear of heights. Just give me a sturdier stool. Shen Jiansheng retorted, you might as well lie on the ground. You fool. The group bantered and joked, while watching Lu Xin busily working in the kitchen. Lu Xin's family circumstances were similar to Chen Xiao's, not particularly favorable, which cultivated his exceptional culinary skills from a young age. The flavors of Xiangxi were abundant. After graduating, Chen Xiao had searched multiple times for this taste, but had always come up empty. He messaged Lu Xin, expressing his longing for his Xiang cuisine. Lu Xin invited him over, but he never found the time before his demise. This regret in this lifetime would not resurface, and the tragedy that befell Lu Xin would not repeat itself. What's wrong, Xiaozi? You're not taking the joke seriously, are you? Shen Jiansheng nudged Chen Xiao. Only then did Chen Xiao snap back to reality, gathering his emotions and jokingly cursing, damn it, not only will you lose track of me when I move, but when I leave, you won't be able to find me either. Damn. Lu Xin, later bring Xiaozi's portion out to feed the dog. Sure. Let us not let this scoundrel eat. After indulging in food and drink, Chen Xiao patted his belly and casually checked his phone, only to remember he had made plans with a girl. Indeed, several messages awaited him. Chen Xiao replied, sorry, I have social engagement tonight. I'm at Shuelin Yuan. Within a minute, a response arrived. Have you finished your engagement? Yes, almost. I'll come find you. Chen Xiao pondered for a moment and replied with a simple affirmation. He then urged, let us go upstairs for some mahjong. Wei Ling chimed in, let us go, loser washes the dishes. Shen Jiansheng protested, damn, I'm not washing. Ling Jia tugged at his ear, making Shen Jiansheng yelp. Hey, I'll wash, is that good enough? Only then did Wei Ling release him. Shen Jiansheng, taken aback, remarked, then I must lose to wash. Come on, hurry up and deal. Chen Xiao urged. The 4 of them played for an hour amidst clamor. And indeed, Shen Jiansheng lost. Ha ha. Karma's a bitch, just as it should be. Lu Xin laughed heartily. Get lost, if you don't give Ling Jia a chance. How could I possibly lose? You should be the one washing dishes. Get out, wash it yourself. Didn't your dad cook for you? You ungrateful wretch. Chen Xiao cleared his throat. You two should clarify your father-son relationship. I have matters to attend to, so I'll take my leave. Lu Xin said, wait for me. I'm heading back too. You go back yourself. I have an appointment. Damn, it's late at night, and you're up to no good. Chen Xiao chuckled as he stepped outside. Yu Mengqi appeared, clad in a short pleated skirt, black stockings, and a white student shirt, her hands crossed before her, holding her bag, exuding the aura of a campus goddess. Upon seeing him, she beamed and said, Chen Xiao, my classmate, have you been waiting long? Chapter 43. Yu Mengqi. Chen Xiao rubbed his nose. It was clearly she who had been waiting for him. It is said that she waited for him, which adds a certain charm to her character. No matter, a classmate resides here, so I shall visit for a while. Oh, is it permissible for students at your school to rent accommodations externally? Chen Xiao nodded, indicating that this option becomes available after the second year. We have the same policy. The conditions here are considerably superior to those of the dormitory, where 8 of us are crammed into one small room. Chen Xiao was taken aback. Is life at the neighboring school so arduous? Then you could also rent a place here. Yu Mengqi chuckled, acknowledging that while the environment is indeed pleasant, the rent is prohibitively expensive, and she lacks someone to shoulder the burden. It is evident what she desires. And Chen Xiao had no intention of being coy. If necessary, I can assist you with the expenses. Yu Mengqi was instantly elated, linking her arm with Chen Xiao's and asking, Really? Chen Xiao smiled inwardly, amused by her lack of subtlety. Feeling the softness of her arm, he replied, Yes, truly. Find a larger place tomorrow, and I can also stay there when time permits. His words were quite direct, yet Yu Mengqi seemed unfazed. All right then, I will find a suitable place and give you a call. Chen Xiao responded affirmatively. There's a park nearby. Shall we take a stroll? Yu Mengqi agreed. As they walked, the upper floors were illuminated with countless lights, while the park below lay shrouded in darkness. The two strolled through the park for nearly an hour, and after a lengthy walk, they were somewhat weary, both physically and mentally. Chen Xiao sat on a bench and lit a cigarette, while Yu Mengqi leaned against him, her eyes slightly glazed from fatigue. After a brief respite, Yu Mengqi linked her arm with Chen Xiao's, and they made their way back to the school, parting ways at the entrance before each heading off in their respective directions. The following day, Chen Xiao resumed his morning jog, and Xia Yudi, appearing as though she were heading to work, sat on the steps yawning. After completing his run, Chen Xiao relished the gentility of the morning. You seem exhausted every morning. Do you not sleep at night? Xia Yudi yawned again, responding that she simply sleeps late. What do you do at night? I play video games, tackling dungeons every day. Chen Xiao was speechless. She was indeed an esports enthusiast. All right then, finish your meal and hurry back to sleep. Okay. After breakfast, Chen Xiao returned to the dormitory for a shower and called Li Wenli to bring a set of casual clothes downstairs, along with a jacket. Li Wenli promptly retrieved Chen Xiao's clothing from the closet, neatly folding it before placing it in a bag. Seizing the moment while her dorm mate was still asleep, she rushed downstairs. Chen Xiao, are you going out so early? Noticing Li Wenli still appearing somewhat drowsy, Chen Xiao tousled her already disheveled hair further. Yes, I am. Li Wenli protested by attempting to fix her hair as she handed the clothes to Chen Xiao. Shall I change here? Chen Xiao took out the jacket from the bag and wrapped it around his head, leaving only one eye visible. Can you tell who I am? Li Wenli, Bamusa, Ruplia. Of course not. You look like a giant monster. Perfect just like that. At that moment, Su Tang's car arrived. I'm off, he declared, wrapping his upper body and head before heading towards building 300, leaving Li Wenli wide-eyed in astonishment. Though she was unaware of the model, she recognized the brand Benz. No wonder he had to cover his head. Chen Xiao's attire nearly startled Su Tang. It was only when he emerged from the vehicle that she felt reassured. With a playful tone, she remarked, Boss, your outfit gave me quite a fright. Chen Xiao tossed his clothing aside and replied, Let us get moving. If not, I'll become infamous throughout the school by tomorrow. As the car exited the campus, Su Tang curiously inquired, Boss, why do you still reside on campus? Wouldn't purchasing a home nearby resolve the issue? Chen Xiao chuckled softly. During his 4 years of university, he preferred not to live off campus. It was not a matter of finances. In the decades to come, he would dwell in external residences, so why rush? The university dormitory, after these few years, would present a lifetime opportunity that would never return. Su Tang paused, recognizing the wisdom in his words. Only those who meticulously cherish each phase of life possess such enlightenment. Otherwise, one merely yearns for the next stage, childhood wishing for youth, youth longing for adulthood, only to realize that the most precious moments are those spent before stepping out into the world. Boss, your words resonate deeply with me, she confessed. Chen Xiao chuckled. I'm not imparting grand philosophies. I'm merely sharing my thoughts. Su Tang smiled in return. No, I truly find it insightful. Chen Xiao chose not to pursue the topic further, his gaze drifting to a nearby taxi, suddenly recalling a legendary vehicle from past life. It wasn't extraordinary in itself, but if 100 people were called to view it, 99 would likely declare it worth no more than 200,000. Particularly in this era, 100 ordinary individuals might deem it valueless. Only true automotive enthusiasts would grasp its significance and prowess. A saying from later years encapsulates this sentiment. Fear not the Mercedes or Land Rover, but rather the Volkswagen with letters beneath. This referred to the Volkswagen Phaeton. At first glance, its exterior would never reveal that a fully equipped version could exceed 2 million, approaching 3 million. However, such a vehicle was not available at conventional dealerships. It required parallel importation through specialized dealers. Lacking connections himself, Chen Xiao realized he would need to consult Tang Xiaofei about this matter. As he pondered, the car rolled into the underground parking of an office building. Accompanied by Su Tang, he entered his office, where he spotted Wang Peng and Xiao Su standing at the door of the trading room. Upon Chen Xiao's arrival, they immediately bowed in respect. "Boss, we apologize for having doubted you." Chen Xiao was taken aback. "What's going on?" Wang Peng, brimming with excitement, exclaimed, "Boss, both companies released significant positive news last night, and they are likely to hit the limit up today." Chen Xiao remained calm internally, knowing that a limit up was indeed certain, yet he replied, "All right, I trust your judgment. Sell at the limit up price." "Boss, this is monumental news. The future trend looks promising. Are we selling now?" Wang Peng queried. "Yes, I understand. Sell at the limit up, and tonight let us celebrate together," Chen Xiao concluded before retreating to his office. Such market conditions are the most effortless. Su Tang observed the two individuals who were still reeling from the recent events and inquired, "Do you believe in the boss?" Wang Peng and Xiao Su nodded in affirmation, expressing their trust. Su Tang raised her hands in a gesture of exasperation, asking, "So, do you know what to do now?" The duo paused momentarily before promptly nodding. "Understood." "Su General. Good, let's get to work." Chen Zhao's office had undergone a complete transformation since their arrival. The high-end desks and chairs were self-evident, and the reception area was adorned with genuine leather sofas. The partitions housed wardrobes, shoe racks, and more. The cleanliness was impeccable, spotless in every corner. Green plants and decorative items were arranged in an orderly yet artistic manner, giving the space a refreshing ambience. Before long, Su Tang entered to report, "Boss, we have completely liquidated our assets." "Excellent," Chen Xiao replied, glancing at the accounts. The two stocks had shown no movement the previous day, but had surged by 10% today, yielding a profit of 9 million. The funds in the stock account had reached 19 million. The concealed information had long been updated. June 9th, Kanglan Liquor Industry saw a peak increase of 791. June 9th, Huaoyang Industry reached a maximum rise of 886. Neither stock had hit the daily limit, suggesting a fierce battle lay ahead. Chen Xiao stated, "Let us reserve 2 million as backup capital. The remaining 17 million should be split equally between you two for operation. Utilize 10 times leverage and buy into Kanglan Liquor and Huaoyang Industry immediately." "Understood." Su Tang hurriedly departed. For those engaged in short-term trading, every second counts. Wang Peng and Xiao Su had grown accustomed to the boss's daily rapid trading style. Upon receiving their tasks, they wasted no time and got straight to work. At that moment, the two stocks were oscillating at a low level, and they seized the opportunity to aggressively target sell orders. The good news was that the market held a generally pessimistic view of these stocks. The bad news was that other institutions were also vying for purchases. In the capital market, influential players are never in short supply. Had Chen Xiao been privy to the current situation, he would have realized that certain individuals had received insider information in advance. Inside the trading room, the air conditioning was set to its lowest temperature. Yet Wang Peng and his partner were drenched in sweat from their rapid-fire operations. They didn't even have time to touch the fruits and snacks brought by Dong Shuwen. At 11:30 in the morning, the early market session concluded. Wang Peng and Xiao Su simultaneously exhaled in relief, reclining in their chairs. Engaging in short-term trading is exceedingly taxing for traders. There are individuals who specialize in this line of work, extracting profits through rapid trading frequencies amidst fluctuations. A labor-intensive task known within the industry. Although Wang Peng and Xiao Su fundamentally differed from them, their workload was not significantly lighter. "Su, how much have you burned?" "Over 50 million. And you?" "About the same. We're close." The duo indulged in snacks and sipped some juice. Chen Xiao assessed the position situation and felt quite satisfied. If he were to undertake this task himself, it would be a different story. He would simply go all in and aim for the limit increase. During the early trading phase, there had not been a substantial uplift in stock prices. Another group of buyers was in sync with Chen Zhao's side, all striving to avoid influencing market sentiment while discreetly reaping the rewards. After finishing lunch, Yu Mengqi received a call. "Hello, Brother Chen Xiao, I have found a house." "All right, I will have someone handle the paperwork." "Great. By the way, when will you take me to buy stockings?" Chen Xiao pondered for a moment. "I'll have someone deliver them to you shortly, but I have matters to attend to today." "Oh, okay. I'll wait for you tonight." Chen Xiao suppressed his irritation. "All right, goodbye then." "Bye, Brother Chen Xiao." After hanging up, Chen Xiao summoned Su Tang and inquired, "Have we secured a driver and assistant?" "Yes, we have. Driver Liu is quite honest, with excellent driving skills and 20 years of experience. He worked for his previous employer for a decade until the company closed due to mismanagement, prompting him to seek new employment." Chen Xiao nodded, feeling satisfied. Having served the same employer for so long spoke volumes about loyalty and character. Furthermore, his professional demeanor seemed commendable. He should know what to say and what to observe. This was certainly preferable to training a novice from scratch. Su Tang continued. "The assistants are a pair of sisters." Chen Xiao raised an eyebrow. Su Tang assessed her boss's expression before continuing. "Ahem. They previously worked as assistants for a certain celebrity for 2 years, but were dismissed after a wardrobe mishap caused the star's evening event to be delayed." Chen Xiao asked, "Did you find out which celebrity?" "I did inquire, but the 2 young ladies insisted on confidentiality." Chen Xiao nodded approvingly. "Excellent. Let us hire them. If they could endure working for such a temperamental star for 2 years, it indicates their dedication. Moreover, their ability to keep their former employer's identity a secret after being reprimanded speaks highly of their integrity." "Good choice." Chen Xiao instructed. "Have Liu drive one of the assistants and take care of tasks for me." "What would you like me to do, boss?" "Go to this address. Assist a young lady in renting an apartment and purchase 10 pairs of stockings as a gift for her." Sutang remarked. "While I do not interfere with your personal affairs, I must say, sending 10 pairs of stockings to a young lady seems rather audacious." "Understood," she replied as she turned to make arrangements. 40 minutes later, at the entrance of Shuilian, Yu Mengqi awaited the familiar black Mercedes. However, the person emerging from the vehicle nearly startled her into fleeing. She feared it was the original wife of her boss, come to confront her. Instead, the beautiful woman presented her with 10 pairs of stockings. "Hello, Miss Yu, my boss asked me to deliver these to you. Additionally, I will handle the arrangements for your rental." With a face full of embarrassment, Yu Mengqi accepted the stockings, muttering, "Oh, thank you." As Chen Zhao's circle expanded, he found himself delegating more routine tasks to others. He reclined in the comfort of the air conditioning, relishing the scenery, leisurely engaging in pursuits he enjoyed. As the afternoon trading session commenced, Chen Zhao's focus sharpened on 2 stocks. Wang Peng and Xiao Su, having rested during lunch, were intently watching the countdown to the opening bell. At precisely 1 o'clock, it felt as though the trumpet of battle had sounded. In the vast arena of the financial market, scenes of fierce battles and conquests unfold. Some individuals navigate the tumultuous waters with skill, while others find themselves defeated. In the small battlefield belonging to Chen Xiao and another institution, the conflict has reached a fever pitch. Chapter 45. Starving thin, the frantic purchasing efforts of both sides in the morning prevented the violently fluctuating stock prices from plunging significantly. As the afternoon progressed, the market gradually regained its confidence, and the stock prices began to show signs of an upward trend. After more than an hour of intense skirmishing, Wang Peng and Xiao Su had nearly completed their positions, and unable to contain their excitement, they decided to go all in with their remaining funds. This act served as a catalyst, causing both stocks to surge simultaneously, skyrocketing in value. Another institution continued its aggressive buying, leading a multitude of retail investors to follow suit. The tide swiftly turned from decline to ascent, advancing with unrelenting momentum. Exhausted to the brink of collapse, Wang Peng and Xiao Su gazed at the unfolding trend in bewilderment. "Boss, this is incredible," they exclaimed. Having completed their positions just before the surge, it was indeed a flawless victory. Chen Xiao personally entered the trading room, commending, "Well done. You've worked hard today. It's time to clock out." Wang Peng and Xiao Su were momentarily taken aback, glancing outside at the high sun. "Boss, it's only a little past 2. I know, but Su has arranged fitness memberships for both of you downstairs. You can swim or work out whenever you like." The two were astonished. The gym downstairs was a premier establishment, offering not only fitness and swimming facilities, but also a plethora of recreational options such as billiards, badminton, and bowling, all included in the membership. Rumor had it that they only sold annual memberships, each costing over 10,000. B-Boss were fine with just jogging in the neighborhood. There's really no need for a gym membership. Just then, Su Tang returned, prompting Chen Xiao to say, "Look, it's all arranged. It's non-refundable. Hurry and go." Reluctantly, they accepted. However, it wasn't long before they snuck back to check the market trends. And upon seeing the stocks had reached their limit up and the market had closed, they felt reassured enough to head downstairs to the gym. With a driver now at their disposal, Su Tang no longer needed to drive. She sat in the passenger seat while Chen Xiao occupied the back. In their brand-new Mercedes-Benz 300, they traversed the Chongting River Bridge. The slanting sun cast a shimmering glow upon the river surface. Their destination was Jining Normal University, the place where a past entanglement had begun. After observing the scenery for a moment, Chen Xiao withdrew his gaze and took out his phone to call Tang Xiaofei. "Hello, Brother Tang? Are you busy?" "Little brother, whenever you call, I'm never busy. Just lying in bed, ahem. Don't cut me off. What is up?" Chen Xiao chuckled, knowing that Sister May must be nearby. "I'm looking to purchase a vehicle and need it imported through parallel channels. Do you have any acquaintances in that field?" "Oh, parallel imports? Indeed, I do. I may not have many friends, but I have plenty in the automotive world. What kind of car are you interested in? Anything available in the world can be procured for you." "That is fantastic. I'm interested in a Volkswagen Phaeton." A burst of laughter erupted from the other end of the line. "I must say, little brother, you're quite young. Why are you fixated on these elderly gentlemen's cars? How about I get you a Porsche 911 instead? Isn't that better?" Chen Xiao smiled and said, "Brother Tang, listen to me. I'm still in school, and it's quite conspicuous, making it inconvenient for me to come and go, if you understand what I mean." "Oh, I see. Damn it, it's over." Chen Xiao was taken aback. "What happened?" Tang Xiaofei replied, "Wait a moment." He then whispered, "Xiaomei, please get me a cup of tea." After a brief pause, Tang Xiaofei continued in a hushed tone, "I initially planned for a few of us to visit your school for some fun, but it seems you prefer to keep a low profile. What a pity." "Ha ha ha, I understand, Brother Tang. No worries. Before graduation, I'll arrange an outing for you. There will definitely be an opportunity." "Really? That will be fantastic. I enjoy showing off at school." Chen Xiao was speechless, wondering what kind of hobby that was. Brother, what specifications do you want? I'll help you discuss it. These things are not commonly bought and must be ordered in advance. I'll drive it myself, so let's go for the top configuration." "All right, I'll keep you posted." The driver Lu, who understood cars, looked at the Mercedes-Benz 300 that had only run a little over 300 kilometers and hadn't been driven much, yet the boss was dissatisfied. He was actually considering a low-key luxury car worth 2 to 3 million. Su Tang, not well-versed in automobiles, noticed Chen Zhao's desire for discretion and turned to say, "Boss, why not drive my La Vida? It's quite low-key." Lu, the driver, couldn't help but chuckle and replied, "Miss Su, the kind of low-key the boss wants is rather different." "Huh? What is the difference?" Chen Xiao smiled and said, "Lu go, please explain to Ms. Su." "Sure," Lu responded. "The kind of low-key the boss desires is valued at nearly 3 million. Su Tang gasped in shock. "Volkswagen has such expensive cars. To my knowledge, the most expensive one is probably the Passat, right?" The two responded, "No worries, you'll understand once we arrive." Just then, Chen Zhao's phone rang again. His smile faltered, and his breathing began to quicken. Noticing her boss's unusual demeanor, Su Tang immediately inquired, "Boss, what's wrong? Are you feeling unwell?" Chen Xiao shook his head. "Lu go. Pull over." "Understood, boss." Once Lu confirmed it was safe, he turned onto a side road and gradually stopped the vehicle. Chen Xiao opened the car door and gestured for Su Tang to stay inside. He walked to the roadside, trembling as he pressed the answer button. "Hello, you little ingrate. Why did it take you so long to answer your mother's call? What are you doing? Have you forgotten to call me in a month? Are you trying to starve yourself?" The voice on the other end continued to scold him, and Chen Xiao wiped away a tear from the corner of his eye, soothing his dry throat before slowly saying, "Mom." The voice on the other end abruptly halted, then turned to a tone of concern. "Son, what's wrong? What happened?" Chen Xiao steadied his emotions, striving to sound calm as he replied, "Ah, I'm fine. I just choked on some smoke a moment ago." "You little rascal. You scared your mother to death." You're still smoking? Didn't I tell you to quit? With that smell of smoke, what girl would want me close to you?" Chen Xiao listened with a smile as his mother rambled on the other end. In his previous life, the greatest regret he held was towards his family. In the end, his parents sold their only house and exhausted every means to fully support the development of his company. To his astonishment, everything was quietly appropriated by that contemptible woman for stock trading. On the other end of the line, Wang Li continued her incessant chatter, while Chen Zhao's father, Chen Jiangwo, grumbled in dissatisfaction. After finally managing to make a phone call, why didn't you even inquire if your son needed any financial assistance? Wang Li paused, realizing, oh, right, that little ingrate. Why hasn't he asked me for living expenses this month? Is he still financially stable? Chen Xiao pondered for a moment and replied, I was just about to call you. Your call arrived just in time. Well, if I don't call you, you won't call me either. When I do call, you respond like this. Your entire demeanor speaks volumes, except for your mouth. Ahem. Please send the money quickly, Mom. I can barely afford to eat. Upon hearing Chen Zhao's words, Wang Li promptly nudged Chen Jiangwo. Why are you still sitting there? Hurry up and send money to our son. I won't let you off the hook for starving me. Chen Jiangwo remained speechless, thinking his son was merely feigning poverty. There was no way he could be starving. Wang Li added, by the way, send an extra 200 so he can have something decent to eat. Yes, looking quite thin. Chen Xiao glanced at the phone. Puzzled. Is this even a video call? Can they really see how emaciated I've become? In Chapter 46, it was time to pay the copyright fees. Chen Xiao assured that he would make at least one phone call each month and would return home at the earliest opportunity during his break before Wang Li reluctantly ended the call. Shortly thereafter, Chen Xiao received a text notification that 200 yuan had been deposited into his account. He stared at the figure for a while. Then a faint smile crept onto his lips as he put away his phone. Mom, Dad, there are less than 30 days left. Let us savor the joys of an ordinary life. Starting this summer, I shall ensure that you bid farewell to the past. Just moments ago, lamenting about being on the brink of starvation, Chen Xiao turned and slipped into a luxury car worth over 800,000 yuan. As the car continued its journey, Chen Xiao remained lost in thought, contemplating how to transform his family's circumstances during the summer break. Lu and Su Tang exchanged glances without uttering a word. Su Tang, please play some music, Chen Xiao requested. Certainly, boss. As the melodious notes filled the air, Chen Zhao's thoughts drifted back to his unremarkable yet unforgettable hometown. Before long, the car arrived at the entrance of Jining Normal University. Lu honked the horn twice, and the gate swung open without any registration. The security guard even waved in greeting. Chen Xiao once again experienced the distinctions that wealth brought. Boss, where are we headed? Chen Xiao contemplated for a moment before responding. Let us locate dormitory building number 2. Understood. After inquiring with a few students, the car came to a steady halt beside the road adjacent to building number 2. Chen Xiao leaned closer to the window, observing the students entering and exiting. This dormitory was where his ex-wife, Zhao Xiaohong, had lived, the very place that had led him to the rooftop in his past life. He remained still, meticulously scrutinizing each student that passed by. Boss, should we buy some water? No need, Chen Xiao replied curtly. Stay put. Continuing to accompany him in silence. The Mercedes parked there drew the attention of the students passing by. Male students were intrigued by the car, while the female students were far more interested in the driver. Suddenly, Chen Zhao's gaze sharpened. A girl walking by glanced into the car several times. Chen Xiao instantly recognized the individual before him as Zhao Xiaohong. He would never forget that face, seemingly innocent yet profoundly hypocritical. Zhao Xiaohong glanced back at the Mercedes several times, further confirming Chen Zhao's suspicions. Just as he was about to exit the vehicle, a black Passat suddenly approached from the opposite direction. Upon seeing the license plate, Chen Xiao halted his movements, his expression morphing into one of sheer disbelief. This car belonged to Xing Yanqing. As expected, Xing Yanqing emerged from the vehicle, presenting a large bouquet of flowers to Zhao Xiaohong. Chen Xiao swiftly activated his phone's recording function. Zhao Xiaohong's demeanor exhibited a hint of shyness, suggesting that their acquaintance was still in its infancy. Chen Xiao recalled the previous life, when Zhao Xiaohong had seized all his wealth to purchase stocks from Xing Yanqing. Was it truly a mere whim? With the two having met so early, how had Zhao Xiaohong ended up staining the wedding sheets on their wedding night? In his past life, Chen Xiao and Zhao Xiaohong had only met years after graduation through an introduction. She had claimed to be preoccupied with her studies and had never dated. Yet now, it seemed she had certainly engaged in a few romantic encounters. From a distance, Chen Xiao could not overhear their conversation, but witnessed them exchanging a gentle embrace before parting ways. As Zhao Xiaohong walked back to her dormitory, she glanced back at the Mercedes once more. After Xing Yanqing departed, Chen Xiao ceased recording and turned to Su Tang, saying, Su Tang, that is Zhao Xiaohong from Finance Class 1. I need to know everything about her. Can you manage that? Su Tang bit her lip in contemplation, then nodded affirmatively. I can, just give me a moment, boss. Chen Xiao felt a warmth in his heart. This task was beyond Su Tang's usual responsibilities. Yet she willingly endeavored to fulfill his request without question. He cracked the window slightly and offered a cigarette to Old Lu. Old Lu, looking anxious, replied, "Boss, I don't smoke, thank you." Chen Xiao nodded, donned his sunglasses, and chose to step out for a smoke. Although he enjoyed smoking, he disliked the smell permeating the car. After waiting for more than half an hour, Su Tang finally emerged from the dormitory building. Seeing her confident smile, Chen Xiao knew that she had accomplished the task. Once inside the car, he inquired, "How did you manage it?" Su Tang smiled, explaining that she had learned their dormitory location and spent 2,000 yuan to obtain detailed information. "Excellent, please share." Su Tang nodded, "Certainly." Her name is Zhao Xiaohong. Age 20, residing in Jining City, Tianhong Line, Shaowang Village. Since her freshman year, she has had 3 boyfriends, all of whom she quickly parted ways with due to financial inadequacies. Xing Yanqing is a recent acquaintance, according to her dormitory classmates. She often praises his generosity and has hesitated several times about whether to spend the night with him. That's the main information. I will organize additional details after reviewing the recording and send them to you. Chen Xiao was thoroughly impressed with Su Tang's capabilities while simultaneously harboring resentment for having been deceived by that wretched woman in his previous life. That's enough. This information suffices. Have you obtained Zhao Xiaohong's phone number? Yes, I have. From tomorrow onward, I will send her a bouquet of flowers every day, signed by Ji Yuzhing. Su Tang was momentarily taken aback, but replied, "All right, let us go. Please buy me 2 packs of Rongyuan later. I need to pay the copyright fee again." That very evening, Zhao Xiaohong received a bouquet of 99 roses. "Wow, Xiaohong, Xing Yanqing just sent you a small bouquet, and now this grand one? You must be quite wealthy." Zhao Xiaohong appeared bewildered. This ISNT from Xing Yanqing. Huh, then who is it from? Several dormitory mates gathered around to inquire. Who is Ji Yuzhing? Zhao Xiaohong took a moment to collect her thoughts. "If you ask me, I have no idea who that is. Could it be some boy who has a crush on you?" Zhao Xiaohong shook her head, having no recollection of that name. Upon returning to the dormitory, Chen Xiao casually tossed 2 packs of Furon Wang cigarettes onto Xiao Ji's desk. Xiao Ji leaped from the sofa and clung to Chen Xiao's leg, exclaiming, "Brother Xiao, anything is fine as long as it's not chrysanthemums." Chen Xiao replied, "No worries. This is for the copyright and usage fee of your name." Xiao Ji shivered. "B brother, which class is this for? At least leave me a couple of classes. Rest assured, this time it's not from our school, so you need not worry." "Oh, that's good. Here, brother Xiao, have a smoke." Xiao Ji offered his 7 yuan cigarette, but Chen Xiao pointed at the Rongyuan. "Smoke that one. What is the difference?" "I'll smoke this for now." Chen Xiao was speechless, having never encountered someone so miserly. However, it was later proven that Chen Xiao had underestimated the situation. That night, Xiao Ji did not return to the dormitory. Chen Xiao lay on his bed, suddenly realizing, could that rascal be selling cigarettes outside? The more he pondered, the more likely it seemed. "Damn, you truly are a talent." Lu Xian entered the dormitory and asked, "Hey, where's Xiao Ji? He must be off to a hotel with a girl." "Damn, seriously? I'll be sure to tell his girlfriend." Chen Xiao knew Lu Xian was merely joking. In the end, Ji Yuzhing's wife remained oblivious, and they married smoothly. Lu Xian added, "Thank goodness you're here with me." Chen Xiao took out his phone. "Hello, is this Yu Mingqi? Which building and room number do you live in?" As he spoke, he walked out the door, turning back to add, "I'm off to a hotel too. You stay here." Lu Xian stood in the center of the dormitory, looking around at the emptiness, and when he looked up, Chen Xiao had already walked far away. Damn it. Chapter 47. The goal is not even 2 million. Chen Xiao arrived at the main gate, hailed taxi, and headed straight for Shuelinya Yuan. Following Yu Mengqi's directions, he knocked on the door. When it opened, Yu Mengqi stood before him in a flowing white gauze dress, accentuating her graceful figure. "You're here. Come in and see our new home." Upon hearing our, Chen Xiao couldn't help but furrow his brow. "Our new home?" He surveyed the surroundings and remarked, "This place is quite nice. I'm very satisfied." "Hee. Thank you. No need for formality. Did you like the stockings I sent you?" "Yes, I like them. Valentino is my favorite brand," Yu Mengqi replied. Chen Xiao smiled. "I'm glad you like them. Now, why don't you try on a pair for me to see?" Yu Mengqi paused. "All right now?" "Yes, indeed." Chen Xiao sat on the sofa, watching with keen interest. Yu Mengqi's face flushed slightly. "All right, I shall fetch my high heels." She is the belle of Jining University of Technology, tall and slender, her legs long and graceful, adorned in an ensemble that amplifies her allure. She captivates all who gaze upon her. As dusk falls, Chen Xiao strolls alone through the night, making his way towards Jining University, the streetlights casting elongated shadows of his figure. Yet, a gentle breeze causes him to sway slightly. Upon returning to the dormitory, Lu Xen, engrossed in stock market analysis, mocked Chen Xiao's arrival, saying, "Stop showing off. Didn't you have a date? Why are you back?" Chen Xiao chuckles, "I had my fun. Now I'm here to join you for some gaming." Lu Xin retorts, "Get lost. I need to make money, not play games." Chen Xiao smirks and forcefully pushes open the door to the boys' dormitory. Moments later, Lu Xin, red-faced and furious, shouts from the dormitory, "Damn. Everyone return to defend. Chen Xiao's stolen our home." The following day, invigorated by the benefits of exercise, Chen Xiao rises half an hour early to work out. By the time Xia Yudi arrives at the playground, Chen Xiao is already drenched in sweat. As he passes by, Xia Yudi calls out cheerfully, "Chen Xiao, up so early today." He waves in response and continues his run. Her charming voice instantly draws the attention of many onlookers. Today, Chen Xiao runs 5 kilometers without pause before gradually coming to a stop. After completing some stretches, he takes Xia Yudi to have breakfast. "Yudi, you don't have to accompany me every day." She replies, "If I don't come, who will bring you water and wipe your sweat? This time is yours. But you belong to me." Chen Xiao responds, "Could you possibly go to bed earlier? How can you manage staying up like this every day?" "All right, Fina. Now, eat your egg," she says, placing a peeled egg in his bowl. You should eat too." After returning to his dorm and washing up, Chen Xiao finds that Lu Xian is still asleep and Xiao Ji has yet to return, so he descends the stairs wearing only a tank top and shorts. Outside Building 6, Li Wenli waits patiently with clothes in hand. Upon seeing Chen Xiao, she tenderly wraps her coat around his shoulders and, seizing a moment of privacy, kisses his cheek before letting him go. Chen Xiao arrives at the company at 9 o'clock, while Yu Mingqi has slept for a full 12 hours before awakening. Upon rousing, she notices the chaotic state of her room, but finds no sign of Chen Xiao. A slight movement reveals her body is sore, perhaps a consequence of overexertion leading to muscle strain, the aftermath of her physical endeavors. However, as she surveys the spacious apartment, a sense of joy fills her heart. The furnishings and appliances are complete, a far cry from the cramped dormitory where 8 students share bunk beds. She reclines on her back, exhaling a long sigh of relief, her face reflecting sheer contentment. When she picks up her phone, she discovers a stack of cash beneath it, instantly revitalizing her spirits. Upon counting, she finds a total of 2,000 yuan, accompanied by a note that reads, "Buy something delicious." Yu Mingqi lifts the cash, joyfully exclaiming, "Yay!" In this day and age, 2,000 yuan brings immense happiness, a sentiment that Chen Xiao does not fully grasp. His ambitions today, however, extend beyond 2,000 or even 2 million. Upon reaching the office, he finds Wang Peng and Xiao Su engaged in a discussion about the market trends of the day. Chen Xiao enters, his demeanor relaxed. "Do not be anxious, just follow my instructions." "Very well, boss." Wang Peng and Xiao Su promptly took up their notebooks to take notes. Chen Xiao remarked, "Once Kanglan Distillery reaches 75, we shall begin liquidating. For Huaoliang Industry, we will commence liquidation at 86. After Wang Peng and Xiao Su recorded this, the morning market opened. The two immediately entered a state of diligence, preparing for liquidation. Chen Xiao, on the other hand, walked into the office and asked Dong Shuwen to brew a pot of tea, which he savored with delight. Both stocks had hit their upper limits yesterday, and today the morning market opened high. Although there were forces suppressing the stock prices, the bullish pressure managed to elevate the prices. An hour later, the stocks under Xiao Su's responsibility reached the liquidation point, and he immediately set about his tasks. Wang Peng, feeling anxious beside him, noted that the pressure from the stockholders on his side was substantial, and they were still struggling. It seemed that those shorting through institutions were on the verge of margin calls, leading them to recklessly sell off. Yet, among the multitude of investors, there were skilled traders who, recognizing the significant positive news and potential profits in the near future, were unwilling to cede control to the stockholders. They bought up whatever was thrown down. Under Wang Peng's anxious gaze, the stock price finally inched its way to the liquidation point. Without hesitation, he became an accomplice in the sell-off. This act incited the bulls, who then frantically rushed to buy. Surprisingly, Wang Peng managed to complete his liquidation even before Xiao Su. Just as it approached 11 o'clock, Xiao Su too finished his tasks. The two consolidated their achievements and sent them to Su Tang for the boss's review.